Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your week ahead for July 21st to July 28th, 2019. I almost forgot that shit. Anyway, Taurus, this is for all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so let's get into your reading, Taurus. Now, Taurus, when I was shuffling for your energy in the week ahead, you had two cards that fell out in the pre shuffle. The two cards that fell out is you got this Nine of Swords with the Emperor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's going on, Taurus? What are you worried about? What are you possibly losing sleep around? With these two cards having fall out, Taurus, you have some worries, concerns, and some fears about your ability to manage and control things. You could also be dealing with some worries and fears regarding a masculine energy that you may perceive or see as an authority, um, and may have, or you perceive to have, or perhaps they do have some measure of authority or control over you, and that authority or control is what you're worried about or fearing, or there's a masculine energy that's come in or it's coming in that you are having worries and fears about. What I want you to be mindful about this Nine of Swords is that the question here is, are your worries and fears real or perceived? Because this here is overthinking. This is negative thoughts about the things that you are focused on and worried about. Now, it is possible you may be having issues with your ability to manage and organize and create a structure and control your circumstances that you're dealing with, that you want to be responsible or have more responsibility towards. And you may be having issues with your ability to be strict with yourself or others, so that it allows you to manage things better or take more responsibility or have more control and order with what you are trying to either protect or secure, maybe build, but definitely to organize and manage and make things have a firm foundation. But if it's concerning a masculine energy, this could be a father, a grandfather, the father of your children if you have children. This could be someone that's in authority, but this could be you. But the matter is that you are having worries and fears and concerns where you may be overthinking, or you are experiencing issues around control, either in your ability to control, or someone exercising their control perhaps over you, or you fearing um, someone exercising or taking authority and having control over you. And so there's a need for you to have focus, or you may be lacking focus. And so you could be possibly obsessing with the Nine of Swords and the Emperor. Now, my question to you, Taurus, is if this is something you're obsessing over, is it real or perceived? Is the issue or what you perceive as a danger or problem a real issue and concern, or just something that you're in your head about, perpetuating negative thoughts around? Either way, this energy of the Nine of Swords will not serve you. This is about you needing to let go of negative thoughts and negative thinking around your ability to control or manage, or with regard to someone else's ability to control or manage you. And this is about you taking authority over your mind and relieving yourself of your concerns, perhaps by seeing what you can do to manage and control not only your thoughts, but take more responsibility and create more structure and organization in your world. Now, Taurus, your overall energy theme in the week ahead, or the theme for you in the week ahead, you have two cards that came out. The first one is the Camel Boy. The Camel Boy. If I could just speak, right? And this is small steps asking for help. It's a number 33, which breaks down to a 6. So, Taurus, I feel like with this energy as part of your theme, that you're focused on growth, or you focus on needing to assess or reassess your circumstances. Also, I feel this is you focused on your comfort or trying to have harmony or trying to keep the peace or maintain peace for yourself. Maybe even with who you're dealing with or concerning an emperor or your situation. But with small steps and asking for help here, this is talking about you implementing some measure towards you getting things under control, towards you addressing your concern. Um, you may perhaps have been focused on trying to do shit in a big way and get things under control and manage your situation, and that's not serving you. This is the time for you to focus on taking little steps. What small things you can do to begin the process of you addressing your concerns and fears and remedying that by managing and taking control, responsibility, and organizing through you doing things in increments, in small ways that still allow you to have progress and allow you to gain more control. But also, it may allow you to have a better focus towards what it is that you need to achieve or have your sights set on, so that you can dominate the situation in a way that your concerns can be removed. Now, also, it may be needed for you to focus on asking for help, seeing who can assist you and support you with your concerns or your fears that you are looking at to manage or get under control or organize. You may require some support, so turn to others to do that. Now, you also have as a theme the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, clarity. I like this one for you, Taurus. Very nice. So, with this as your theme, this is talking about you having a positive focus, a positive attitude towards the things you need to manage or who you may be having concerns for. And the way to do that is for you to get clear, removing all the overthinking, the negative thoughts, the fears, and the worries, because that energy is low vibrational and is getting in the way of you being able to see things clearly, objectively, so that you can have some measure of control, of organization, or for you to be able to see how to take responsibility where needed, so that you can have that progress or forward movement that can be seen in this Nine of Swords with this horse. I'm thinking Black Beauty. So what's the story behind Black Beauty, right? A horse that was able to run that race and win, right? Was a unique horse to some degree. And so maybe you are trying to uniquely have progress with your concerns, in the way that you're going about trying to manage and address it. And you're having fears about your ability to achieve that, to realize your goals and ambitions around it. And so focus on having positive expectations with the things that are concerning you, or with regard to a masculine energy that you may be focused on. Have a positive expectation in your expectation of that interaction or that masculine energy, and how that masculine energy will influence you, that you are bringing yourself to a place of concern, perhaps worry or fear. And you may be thinking things that aren't real concerning a particular masculine energy, or you may need to focus on thinking more positively than what you've been doing regarding a masculine energy, or regarding an authority, or regarding you taking control, or being able to get more control and take responsibility and manage things. But there's a need for you to have clarity here. So your focus, Taurus, in the week ahead, you have the Two of Swords clarified with the Star. Okay? Now, with this as your focus, you are focused on making decisions. But I feel you've been struggling with the decisions you need to make, and that the decisions that you're making so far have either been turbulent for you to come to, or the decisions that you make, the choices still bring some measure of difficulty. So it's like you want to perhaps look at choosing the lesser evil, so to speak. But this is you making decisions and perhaps struggling with those decisions, or struggling to find peace because you've been trying to protect yourself or guard yourself in your mind, and what you're struggling with that you could be thinking about, worrying and fearing or overthinking. And this is you perhaps trying to not be blocked by your decisions or your thinking patterns, or for you to not find yourself in any kind of standoff between you and another person, perhaps someone that's embodying the Emperor energy. Because with the Star here as the clarifier, this is you looking at how to heal things. With the Star, you are looking at how to be empowered, how to be calm and confident. But notice with this Star, there's a whole lot of turbulent shit going on around this individual who is in the midst of it, rather peaceful, focusing on trying to have peace. So, Taurus, I feel that you've been having a struggle with trying to get wish fulfillment or heal your circumstances. I feel that you've been struggling with making decisions, or struggling trying to avoid finding yourself stuck, or struggling with your ability to perhaps work things out with others. And you have been struggling with the ability to protect yourself, or to feel a measure of security with your plans and decisions. And you are still struggling with that at this time, with the goal of wanting to finally have some peace, some calm with your decisions and plans, and with your goal to see wish fulfillment and healing where healing needs to happen in your world. Now, in the recent past, you do have judgment or atonement, and it's clarified with the Seven of Cups. So in the recent past, you had decisions you needed to make, and very important decisions that could either make or break what was going on in your world, where you had to weigh up your options and make right choices. You also, in the recent past, will focus on liberating yourself from any confusion that you were experiencing or dealing with. You may have had limited options or no options available to you. and you were focused on how to have a second chance, have a renewals, or have a new perspective, or get results in the recent past by seeing what could be available to you, or how to eliminate any confusion around your ability to be able to get results and avoid any delays or procrastination or any negative adverse circumstances. And so at present, you have the Four of Swords. I like this. Look at this. With the Four of Swords, this is you taking a step back. You are at present where you are able to rest. This rest comes as a result of your ability to make important decisions that allow the right things to happen. And so you're at a respite at this time where you're taking a step back and you're resting, but also in this rest mode, you are still contemplating and considering and trying to organize your thoughts and come up with a plan, because you're not quite out of the woods, I feel. But at this moment in time, whatever stress you experienced in the recent past, I feel you may be reflecting upon it, not just for what you were able to do to get to this place of rest, but now with what happened, being mindful of that, considering how you move forward so that you avoid what happened in the recent past. So in the future, Taurus, you do have the Ace of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords as the clarifier. Yep. So in the future, first of all, let's point out all this red. And for me, this is speaking to the root chakra. And the root chakra talks about you're focused on your safety, your security, but also there's a need for you to remain grounded around what you can potentially create or bring into form so that you can. And so there's a need for you to be mindful of any anxiety that you could be experiencing. You see this Ten of Swords? That is a hell of a portrait of anxiety, right? This is fucking ruin. So we don't want that, right? So in the future, this is you with the Ace of Pentacles looking at what you can create, bring into form, or build. Have something new happen. You may be gambling. There's a dice there. You may be gambling, trying to play the lotto. Or you may be trying to find the key to unlock and resolve the issues you may be experiencing in your world. Because aces, they talk about the potential, you being able to figure out how to recenter what's going on through you coming up with something new. With this Ten of Swords here, this is you trying to see what you can bring into form to avoid ruin, to avoid tragedy, complications, okay? Because you can't come back from that shit, right? You trying to avoid any complications, and you're looking to come up with the remedy with the Ace of Pentacles to avoid it and to stay away, to stay far, far away from this shit. Now, it's also possible that some resource comes in, a resource that allows you to bring an end to your complications and difficulties. And perhaps it could be through the lottery. Or you are unable to unlock for yourself a way that brings you a solution by perhaps you working on some sort of new creative project that has potential. But I know you need to make sure that you don't have this shit happen. Nope. So what is it that you are building? Something that you want to have, um, to be solid, that's practical, that you can use, so that you can avoid ruin here, or that you can bring it into all the mental anguish around whatever complications that you could be fearing or trying to manage, where you're looking to have some control. Now, your attitude in the week ahead, Taurus, is you have the Three of Cups, and Three of Cups is with the Six of Coins. So you're looking to have some sort of small achievement emotionally. You may be focused on gaining cooperation of others to support you so that you can achieve and find satisfaction. With the Six of Pentacles, this is you looking at reciprocity, how to have success with receiving, or perhaps giving and receiving, where there's a balance. But you're looking at how you can balance things through either receiving or through a measure of give and take, what someone can do for you, what you can do for somebody else, that allows for everybody to be successful and have some emotional satisfaction, seeing some success and achievement here. Now, also, what you could be focused on with this Three of Cups is you could be focused on celebrating, having a good time, socializing, because you are able to find balance with the Six of Coins in your world, whether this is around money or work or a creative project or with others. Now, your concern, Taurus, in the week ahead is you have the Page of Wands clarified with the Lovers. This is your concern. So you're concerned about whether or not you'll be able to go in a new direction. You may be concerned about some news that could come in around a particular contract or agreement. You may be concerned about making head over heart decisions that should allow for you to go in a new direction, or whether or not your decisions will allow you to go in a new direction. You may be concerned about a particular commitment, that commitment is relied upon for you to be able to go forward in an enthusiastic way. So you may be concerned about your connections, your friendships. You could be concerned about any potential disappointment you could experience as a result of a poor choice on your part or in your connections, where their choices are affecting or impacting your circumstances and your ability to either come up with a new action, or no new action is available to you to take. But with the Page of Wands here, you're concerned about your ability to go in a new direction, and you may be concerned about getting bad news. And so with the Lovers here, you may be looking at your unions and if commitments are being upheld and to what extent. And these are your concerns. And so your challenge, Taurus, is you do have the Five of Cups clarified with the World. So your challenge is to not cry over spilled milk. Your challenge is to not focus on any loss or lack that affect you emotionally, or for you to not be affected emotionally by lack. Now, you could be having the challenge of dealing with disappointment, involving family or connections, because this is cups, so this could be with family, relationship, connections. And your challenge is how to recover so that you can still have attainment. So it is possible that you may find difficulty with managing something because something goes wrong in a commitment, or with regard to a relationship where that commitment, that relationship, that agreement is affecting you because someone is affected who you're dealing with, that in turn affects you. You may be experiencing some disappointment. But I feel that your challenge here, Taurus, is also to avoid becoming depressed, upset, or focus on what's not working out. But instead, the challenge is for you to focus on how to recover, how to change any challenges that are presented, how to move forward and adapt to any news or information that comes in that you may not like or that is not good news, and instead focusing on how to stay whole, how to have success, to maintain your confidence despite any potential disappointment, and focus on the 2 cups you have left. How can you salvage and improve your circumstances? And I feel that there's a need for you to quickly focus on the positive, what you can do to improve, to change whatever is upsetting to you or disappointing, and be determined to, with the world here, figure out how to maintain the peace, figure out how to have success, attainment, and still complete and have what you want. And so your outcome here, that is also the advice. You have the Four of Cords. Four of Cords. The hell is that? That damn Mercury retrograde, right? Even then I couldn't even say it too good. So with the Four of Cups as your outcome with the 10 of Cups, you may be experiencing some disappointment, where you are not happy with the way things are or the way things are going, that is affecting your happiness or affecting your home situation or affecting your relationships, or you may be affected in this way through your relationships and family, where you may not be happy with the support that's being provided or not being provided at all. And so your outcome here is for you to focus on the opportunities, focusing on how to seize opportunities and not hold on to the energy of any disappointment with the way things are or the way things are going, especially in your connections or relationships with others, where there's an influence that is affecting you in an adverse way. So there may be a good idea that though you may seek help and assistance from your normal support team, you may need to be mindful that your normal support team could be going through something or experiencing some changes or issues where the type of support that you may be used to or rely on is not going to yield the opportunity that you want, or you may not be happy with. And so you may need to be mindful about who else you may be able to turn to, or more so, what can you do, Taurus, to seize opportunities or prepare yourself by creating opportunities as much as you can for now in your own ability, perhaps without the support of others, or being mindful that the support of others in family or your relationships or connections, that you may have to work with less through what is provided or as a result of what's lacking. So let's take a look at what your guidance is. You have two cards that came out. The first one is the honeybee. Let compassion and forgiveness be your top priority in this situation. So I feel that you may find that someone's going to disappoint you or let you down, that you were counting on or that you were used to counting on. And at this time, whoever you are turning to or waiting on, because I feel like whatever this is, signs of disappointment already began to show up back in the past, and it affected your ability to manage things. And so whoever is not able to come through, or whatever you're doing where things didn't come through the way you anticipated or hoped for, don't operate from that place again. There's a need for you to be more careful. But also in you being more careful and more mindful about this is that even though who you're dealing with or what this is surrounding, you may be receiving some sort of communication, or you've received communication that going forward things will improve, or that support or being able to come through on what you need or expect will happen. Be prepared that it may not, and to have compassion and forgiveness towards who you're dealing with and towards yourself. But focus now on prioritizing your situation so that if and when that comes up, you'll be prepared for it, like the worker bee, because the worker bee works very hard to take care of the hive. And so you are focusing on, perhaps this is around your family and the needs of your family and your household and the things that you may need to pay for or take care of. And you may have a support system in place that right now there's a challenge. And just be mindful that going forward there still could be. So what can you do now so that you can avoid any adversities and eliminate them, but have a positive attitude and outlook and have positive expectations towards your ability to gain the clarity to doing so. You also have the road runner. Keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So again, this is about you needing to have more of a sense of humor. Perhaps you may need to release yourself from any self-criticism you may be experiencing towards yourself or others, and this may be you needing to not be so critical of others at this time, and perhaps find ways to smile and laugh in the face of problems, and not in a way where it's like, oh, I don't give a fuck, but in a way that allows you to get more grounded and not obsess in a negative way, but instead allow you to regroup and focus on how to still address your obligations or needs. And as the road runner, this is you swiftly doing that. I hope these messages help. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.